Hi friends, welcome to My Giant Life 2018. This is for the month of June. So here is the month of June, and it's my bucket list. I think that's what it's called, my bucket list, My Giant Life. And today I decided to sketch with, I'm using watercolor pencils here, and these were I believe Durant. Let's check this out. Yes, they are Rexel Durant watercolor, and I'm just sketching this container. It's supposed to be a bucket list, and I decided to make, instead of just a plain bucket, this container. I took a picture. I was actually at the graveyard taking pictures of things, and this was on the side of the stone, one on either side for flowers or something like that. So I took this, kind of used this idea and started playing with it. So I'm using my water brush, and that's Durant water brush, as well as watercolor crayons, pencils, and then I'm also using my B6 graphite water soluble as well. And I don't follow along with the drawing too much, but I just kind of want to use the idea of it. And I even changed the color of it. I decided I didn't want it to be too gray. I wanted it to be bright. So here I'm using some deep yellow oxide, I believe. That's what it was? I think it was. And that is the premium acrylic paints in the tube from DecoArts. And I'm using that, as well as the titanium, no, not the titanium, the buff white. Actually, no, it is Titan buff, I'm sorry. And it's kind of a cream color, so it just blends well with this paint as well. I get in with a little bit of black in there, and this is all DecoArts paint. And to shade, and a little bit of the brown, which was the raw umber, I believe I just threw in there for shading and stuff as well. So mixing it up, and it's moving that pencil along a little bit too, which I'm using for just shading and stuff like that. So here I'm just kind of making the base here, and part of the bottom of the base was broken, and I liked that look, so I just kind of added that to it as well. And adding some shadowing and that kind of thing to it. I don't know, I changed up so many times that it's like just layers and layers, and I've been playing with it, and I had a lot of fun, and that's really the point of this project. The big My Giant Life is just to play and have fun with it, and these are just prompts to help you out enjoy it. I decided to use the same canvas board size that I've been using, which I believe, let's measure this out. Grabbing my measuring stick, I believe it was an 8 by, no, it was 10 by 8. Yeah, so it's about a 10 by 8 panel, canvas panel. And just picked those up, I think, at Michael's. And I've been using the same thing. There's a lot of the other ladies are using giant cards and that kind of thing for this project. I just decided to use that. And I'm just playing with it back and forth with paints. And it was wet, not really sure how big I wanted the inside to be, so I'm kind of playing with that for now. And yeah, back and forth with it for a bit here. So with this My Bucket Life, I just decided to do this container that's holding water, and I was just thinking that it was kind of neat idea, kind of the same concept as a bucket, can hold liquid, hold your dreams, hold whatever. And I didn't make a list per se, but I will talk about that, I guess, in a few minutes when it gets to that point. So here I was adding some more of that same color here of the yellow oxide, and a little touch of the red. Where is it? I'm sorry, the it's a gold hue, queracadone. I can't say it properly. It's got a bit of a reddish brown to it. And I like kind of the colors mixed together. Here's a bit of a wash of deep turquoise, and this is a American multi-surface satin paint. It's a little bit of different paint, but it's still from DecoArt. And I'm making the water in there. I actually deepen it up a bit more. But I like, now I'm adding turquoise inside this little container here. And it's just, that's what I'm doing, is adding more paints here and there. I believe this is just the brown, the Robber, or the black. Maybe I had black right there. Probably the black, actually, right there. And that particular bottle of black is to Traditions from DecoArt, black, carbon black. I'm just kind of playing around with it, trying to get a little bit of a darker hue around the container. And I use a lot of different things. You can't quite see on this painting, but when you're looking at it in person, and I did a couple close-up shots at the end, you'll see that I actually have quite a bit of different little texture on there. At this point, I'm not really adding that, but I'm just sharing that I do that. So here's my girl that I want to put on every piece, trying to incorporate her. I found my wording that I wanted to use, and I typed out on Kendra's typewriter that we got her, and gluing it onto the black paper just to make it pop more. And what it says is, "This is your life. Life is short. Live your dream and wear your passion." So that is what I typed out on a white cardstock, and the black paper is behind it. I'm gonna paste that girl down, and I'm using for paste on there. I just couldn't find my glue stick at the moment until after, or actually no, I think I did find, but I couldn't find it. At the moment I was looking, and I just grabbed the matte medium and I just put that down with that. And that's from DecoArt as well. I was going to use the watercolors on her facial features and her hair, but it wasn't quite bright enough, so I used the Posca pen here. And a little bit of blue eyes, a little fixing up here and there. And I noticed there were some air bubbles in there, so I was just kind of straightening them out a bit. Drying her face before I did that so it didn't smudge. And I'm just enlarging her wings a bit because I wanted them a little bit bigger. And so I'm using the same girl and changing her up a little bit here and there. And this one I didn't change her up too much, just made her wings a bit bigger, but I just kept her the same. Pretty much my big thing was just to get the background down and get my sentiment across, and my little container of dreams. I believe that's what it is for me. Like I said, I just wanted to do something a little different than a bucket. And here I'm putting Crackle Medium on here. So let me read what it says. It's Crackle, not paste. Sorry, I'm looking at my containers. Crackle Glaze, and this is from DecoArt. And I put some right on the water too, where in the bowl, in the container. This Crackle Glaze from DecoArt, and it's a little container that's right by my hand there, you can see. I also, this is pens from DecoArt, and these are actually glass writers. And I got black, silver, white, gold, and I use these on canvases, on anything I want to write on, really, paper, whatever. And I really like them. They're kind of like Posca pens in a way. They work really well. And I just found them out of convenience. I was just using these because Posca pens are pretty pricey. So yeah, it was just more convenience for me. Now here I'm adding the Crackle glaze in the water. And now I'm just adding a little bit of that Titan buff on the blue and making it kind of cloudy sky look. Excuse me. This is DecoArts black, carbon black glaze. What is it called? Not glaze. Yes, it is. It's like an antiquing cream. That's what it is. And I just put it on just to get my corners and edges a little dark. With my fingers, I love using my fingers. Now I am just paletting knife the heavy gel medium from DecoArt there, and that's a DecoArt container, and that is thicker, and it just looks like it's clear, but it just looks like a lot of texture. And when you look at my painting here, you can see the visual on it. When it's dry in the video, you can't see it, but when you're looking up to my painting, you can really see a lot of movement in that. So here I decided to put some gray, and you see that gray right there. That is also DecoArt, and it's dark gray value 3. And I just kind of put a little bit all over, and I just wipe away a little bit of it, just keep some of the brightness of the yellow, but I didn't want it quite shoe matching my pot, but I didn't want to take it all away at the same time. So I kind of just wanted to differentiate. I can't say it now. Just kind of, you know, tone it down a bit. Here I'm adding a little bit of the yellow medium, Hansa, and that's also the DecoArt right beside my hand there. And just making it pop. I put a little bit on this edges. I'm trying to pull some of the colors right through. I wet it a lot and splash it on as well as the Titan Buff. And also a little bit of the carbon black that you see there, and splashing it on just a bit just to give it some darkness layers. Here I'm using my DecoArt pen writer. Let's see what it says. Let's read it. Anyways, these are the pictures of it. So that was my pen, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Yes, it's a glass writer paint marker. And there's my splashes. Thanks guys for watching. Yeah, I hope this was a fun one, and I enjoyed it, and I guess that's the most important part, is just enjoying your work and having fun with it. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.